it? Is this okay, Jim? Oh, he's going to have to move it now. Sorry. Hello.
Like that? Oh, it's just the wire part. Like that?
Right there. That's right there. Jim, you want us to move over a little bit?
Move it this way. Oh, you're talking to Carter. The whole thing or just the... Me. How's that?
Jim. Thank you, Jim. Nobody else move.
Yeah, we know the clock sort of.
But I do know it's right twice a day.
All right. 2 more minutes. Is it time?
Cha-cha. Before. Get yourself moving.
Depends on what clock you're looking at. According to mine, it's time. I got 10:30. Okay. Good morning. Welcome to Harmony Spiritual Center this morning. We are so glad to have you here. We have our dynamic duo back, and we have Allie with us this morning as part of our song leaders. Yay! She doesn't get to join us as often as we would love. So please stand and join us this morning for our opening song. Remember, you can download the PowerPoint with all the words on it on Facebook. And that includes you people here, too, if you didn't pick up the words. So, the opening song this morning is My Soul is Welcome Here. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Always at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Please welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Woo-hoo!
And a gracious good morning, everyone, here and yonder. I'm Rebecca Lau, and I'm board president, and I have that great honor to be that. So we have a wonderful group this morning. We're about at our limit. And all of you out in the ether, we're so grateful you're here. I'm going to start with a reading from the Daily Word a couple of weeks ago. It's about protected. I am divinely protected from within. If we ever find ourselves feeling alone or afraid, we pause, center ourselves, and feel the all-powerful presence of God emanating into the world, the power, from the core of who we and what we are. If we find ourselves struggling to cope with what is happening in our lives, in the world, we bring our attention to the allness of God. We breathe slowly and deeply as we remind ourselves that there is no circumstance greater than God. We are made in the image and likeness of God. Grounded in that awareness, we affirm whatever life has brought to us, we have faith that we are strong, ready, willing, and able to face any challenge. Shifting our thoughts and feelings to the divine presence within us, we feel protected as we relax into the enduring reality of the presence and power of God. The Father and I are one. John 10:30. If this is the first time you've been here, we're very grateful. We hope you'll come back. But just to tell you a little bit about us, we teach a practical spirituality or of joyous inclusion, spiritual enlightenment, and life transformation, following the principles and practices and beliefs of Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, the founders of Unity, and Ernest Holmes, founder of Science of Mind. We believe we all are connected to the one Spirit, God the Good, and that we manifest our best lives by learning, practicing, and taking action in our principles and beliefs. We believe in the divine right order and timing in our lives. Therefore, rest assured you will receive whatever you came here for today. We thank you for being here. If we'll do our affirmation, affirming that Spirit is our source, The purpose of Harmony Spiritual Center is to be joyously inclusive, spiritually enlightening, and life transforming. The principles of Harmony Spiritual Center are inclusiveness, integrity, humility, compassion, transparency, and generosity.
Remain seated as we sing our chant. Bring that space inside where there's peace and make room.
In God's house there is room for all. Every person has a place held within the arms of grace. In God's house there's no room too small. In God's house there is room for all. In God's house there is room for all. Every child a child of light. All are precious in God's sight. In God's house there's no room too small. In God's house there is room for all. In God's house there is room for all.
Good morning, everybody. It's so wonderful to see all of you here today. We've been hibernating at home. We see you on the Facebook, but it's good to be here in person. So this is a time for meditation. I would invite you all to sit erect in your chair. Remove everything from your lap. Just sit quietly and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe deeply in to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 4. Know this, especially at this time, that you have that spark of divinity within you. You have a mission to accomplish. The healing power of the Christ presence is in you, is always in every cell, sufficient for the needs of your body, your mind, and your soul. Breathe that in. Imagine every cell of your body filled with the light of God. And that presence is stronger than any disease, anything that is not appropriate. So let us breathe in that divine light. Breathe it in. And breathe out, exhale anything that does not feel like God. Breathe in. Imagine, if you will, that center of light in the very core of your being, pushing out anything that is not appropriate. Knowing that anything that is not of God is sloughed off as the waste leaves your body, and every cell is replaced by a brand new healthy baby cell. Every day know that this is the truth of you. Knowing this truth is as vital as the vitamins you take, as the air you breathe. Knowing that you are a child of all that is, and that there is a mission for you. So let our prayer be, Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure, holy, tried and true. And with thanksgiving, we dedicate ourselves to be a sanctuary for you, an example of truth and justice and fairness, and that our divine mission is stronger than any appearance of disorder. So breathe in and breathe out. And now, while we have this energy raised, let us think of those who might need this energy that we're feeling right now. So let us all together put out our brightest light and send that light to those whom we know. Let's call out their name. Anyone that needs this information, this knowing. Gina? Jay? Father, Mother God, we are so grateful that we have this knowing of our purpose and our presence. And we are grateful, and so it is.
You were the Word at the beginning, one with God the Lord Most High, hidden glory in creation, now revealed in you are Christ. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a beautiful name it is. Nothing compares to this. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus. You didn't want heaven without us. So Jesus, you brought heaven down. My sin was great, your love was greater. What could separate us now? What a wonderful name it is. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a wonderful name it is. Nothing compares to this. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus. Death could not hold you, veil torn before you. You silenced the boast of sin and grave. The heavens are roaring the praise of your glory, for you were raised to life again, and you have no rival, you have no equal, now and forever, God, you reign. Yours is the kingdom, yours is the glory, yours is the name above all names. What a powerful name it is, what a powerful name it is, the name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a powerful name it is, nothing could stand against. What a powerful name it is, the name of Jesus. What a powerful name it is, the name of Jesus. What a powerful name it is, the name of Jesus.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome all of you who are here present physically today at Harmony Spiritual Center, and thank you to those of you who are watching us live on Facebook. It's on. It definitely is on. This is not on. No, but it is on. It's just not. Something's wrong. So it is on. It's not happening. I'll just stand here. Sorry about that, you guys. Technical difficulties. We'll just carry on. All right? Check. Check. It's not happening. I've done it both ways. Can you take it to him, please? Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So, as I was saying, thank you all for being here, and thank you those of you who are watching us live on Facebook. So, as Rebecca said, we are a practical spirituality. It is a living thing when we think about who or what God is for us. It makes no sense to read about and think about who or what God is without actually taking action upon those things that we think about and believe in. To make our lives every single day. Can you hear me? All right, let me get up there. Somebody's saying, shaking their head. Every single day to make our lives better. Our lives are constantly evolving, and so that's what we talk about. So last week we talked about it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Pat talked about it in her meditation this morning, that we know God is everywhere present. All the power that we need, and if the power of God is running through us and in us, then we have the courage to do what is necessary, to stand up and speak out for what is right or what is not, to take a stand, to believe. And we know that God is all-knowing. So whatever your situation is, God knows about it. Whatever you need, God has information for you and will flow it to you as you need it. That's why we know it has to be all right, because God is everywhere present, all-powerful and all-knowing, and all is in divine order. Everything is in divine order, no matter what it might look like. Thank you so much, Carter. Thank you so much, because I'm hamstrung here. I keep trying to move, and oh no. All right, so we know this. And so we're continuing to talk today on our discussion about who and what God is to you. Because it doesn't make any difference if I tell you who God is to me, and I've told you that, George. And I have a very personal relationship, as well as I know that God is universal law, two sides of a coin. But it matters not what my relationship is. That's not going to help you. I only tell you about what mine is to give you an example of what it could look like. But it's important for you to think about and know who and what God is to you. I had lunch with a friend of mine this week, and we talked about that. She's a tribal member. And we talked about what God looks like for her. And she said to me that God is a connecting energy. That's how she sees it, a connecting energy that we can access personally for what we need and together among us. We're connected through that energy. That's what God looks like to her. That thoughts affect and shape that connected energy. Our thoughts do that. And it's not necessarily a divine entity for her. So you see, it doesn't make any difference what I'm saying. But what matters is what you're saying. Because if you have defined what God is to you, then you begin to have that relationship, and it becomes something that you utilize every day to make your life better. So you get the life that you're here for when you discover who and what God is for you, so that you can live on purpose. You're here for a purpose. Your talents and your gifts lead you to what your purpose is. And it's not that you have one, because God, this is an abundant universe, yeah? We have a lot of gifts and talents. And when our gifts draw us into something, it's a part of our purpose, our story. Whatever story you have, from experiences that you've had, pains you've gone through, that is a part of your service as well. And it also will pull you into what your purpose is here, to connect and to serve others, other fellow travelers on the path. What we believe, New Thought. New Thought is science of mind, unity, and all of those religions that fall under that category. New Thought meaning that we have two sides that we look at when we think about who God is. God is law, principle, the law of cause and effect. It is immutable. This is what Ernest Holmes had to say, and I'm paraphrasing, because he's a pretty stiff speaker. So I'm going to try to get it out there, in a little easier way for you. We discard the ancient idea of a huge person in the nature of a deity out there somewhere, and we think of God as universal and infinite. Perfect law. But what happens when we do so is that we undoubtedly lose something with that idea. If all we think about is God as law and an infinite something out there, we lose the sense of personal contact with this invisible power. And we begin to think of God only as law, or as an infinite it. As an infinite it somewhere. A law that's like gravity, not personal to us. And so today's talk is about a right now God. A God that we can access right now. And what is the power and the purpose of me talking about a right now God? Because the other side of New Thought's God is that God is personal. God is personal. Law and personal. And Ernest Holmes says it this way: we believe in a universal consciousness that directly responds to our thoughts. We've talked about this many times, how powerful our thinking is. And we want to be consciously aware of what we think and believe, because we are directly being responded to by that universal consciousness via our thoughts. And that we are in contact with that consciousness. Our mind, the human mind, comprehends, understands, senses, and feels this consciousness. There are moments when the individual consciousness feels itself merged with this universal consciousness. And then we know for sure. When we feel merged with that consciousness, then we know for sure that not only can we talk to God, that consciousness is actually listening to us, and we no longer need to question. Now we know. Now we know. There is law and there is personal. There is a God that listens to you and responds. So a right now God is about discovering individually who or what God means to you, and so that you can talk to God. And I'm going to talk a little bit later about why that's so important, that you understand that. So I'm going to talk a bit about Billie Jean. I've talked about Billie Jean many times with my mother, Pjae. And Billie Jean's, I'm going to talk about a couple of people's ideas of God, because it's important that you get the idea and the examples of what it could look like. You probably already have your own thoughts and ideas about what God is. I just want to share a few other ideas. Billie Jean believed in the JIT, God. If you're an engineer, you know that's just in time. Just in time, right? So she was always on the brink of some kind of tragedy, right? Some kind of cuspus always happening for my mother. And she always knew that God was coming. God was coming. But God was going to be just in time. This is what she said. He may not come when you want him to, but he'll always be on time. Meaning just to snatch you out of the jaws of whatever treacherous thing is about to happen to you. And so, growing up with that, I just thought that doesn't make any sense to me, right? Because if he can do it, he, it, she, George, whatever, just in time, why can't God do it just before time? Like before I'm even heading towards that precipice. I don't want to be heading that way, all right? I need a God that gets there a little bit earlier, right? That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to be on the edge, worried about whether I'm going to step off or not. So I thought about it differently, and I just thought, why is that? That's just simply the way my mother believed and what she thought. And I realized I didn't have to believe that. Do you understand? That's why I'm telling you. It's up to you. Because what you think about is what becomes your reality. The universe only says yes. So if you say, God is just on time, yes. God is early, yes. My life is easy, yes. Oh my God, life is so hard, yes. You get that? That's all the universe says is yes. So if you're not getting what you're asking for, change what you're asking for. That's all. Because the universe always says yes. I had another friend I was talking with about, and he's on a path of discovery about, who and what God is. And he likened it to, for him, how he sees it, those aha moments that you have. Like when you're in the shower and you're just doing something mundane, so you're not even thinking about it, so you're actually mindless. That's pretty much what meditation is, allowing your mind to be pretty much mindless. You can't empty it. We think all day long. You try to empty it, you'll be thinking about what to eat tonight and that you got to stop at the store and pick up something to eat. You're not going to be able to do that. But when you do something physical, like taking a shower, washing the dishes, driving, right? Those white lines are just kind of repetitively in front of you. Your mind goes mindless. And then you can hear Spirit speak to you. And you get aha moments. And he has a lot of aha moments in the shower. So he's trying to get more out of the shower. Like he doesn't have to always want to jump in the shower to hear what Spirit has to say. But he gets, right? He's trying to figure out a better way. But he gets what he's listening for. He gets what he's listening for. He's already heard it. Many of us have already heard it. I can't imagine that you've come to this place in your life and you haven't heard a message from God. What we want to do, so I'm not saying that you haven't, what we want to do is be conscious about it, okay, and have it happen all the time. So you're not waiting. You know, I heard from God like a week ago, like a month ago. The last time I heard was when I was about to jump off into this, whatever it was, bad relationship or whatever. So my mother said that he may not come when you want, but he's always on time. I had someone else tell me that you don't get what you want, you get what you need. That's the song, right? You get what you need. Yeah, okay. But I don't think that's true at all. I don't think you get what you want or what you need. I think you get what you believe. Right? You get what you believe. That's what you get. So it's important to know what you believe, and you know what you believe by your self-talk. Right? We have all this self-talk going on in our minds when we're getting ready to do something. We have a big project. Rebecca was just doing a huge project. He finally finished and got installed. Yay, Rebecca. Beautiful. And she does a lot of those kinds of things. We all have projects, right? In the beginning of any project or anything you're thinking about stepping into, what's your self-talk? Is your self-talk, I don't know. It's pretty big. I don't think I have all the skills I need. I don't know what your self-talk is. But what if your self-talk was, I let life be easy. Everything I need, all the talents, skills, information, wisdom, courage, everything that I need flows to me. So whenever you start a project, you just say, flow to me. Whatever I need. I don't know how to start this, but just give me the first step. I know that's how it works. Just give me the first step. Give me the first step, and then I know you'll show up for the second and third and the fourth. In a timely fashion. Right? So we get to figure out what we believe a lot of time for our self-talk and by some of the things that repeatedly show up in our lives that we don't want. Yeah? Things repeatedly show up in our lives that we do want as well. But there's something about human nature that we focus on what is not working as opposed to what is. So just when you're doing your exploring about what you believe, when you look at things that have come into your life that have not consistently worked, I'm always around these loud people that, just are keeping chaos around. Why is that? Why indeed? Why indeed? Is that a comfort level for me? Do I, not want to be around people who are quiet and intellectual because I don't feel like I can keep up? You know what I mean? I get to look at myself. You get to look at yourself and say, why is this showing up? What is it I believe? Because we know about the law of attraction, right? We attract into our lives the people, the places, the circumstances, the opportunities that are in line with our dominant thinking, not our random thinking, our dominant thinking. So if our dominant thinking is, God is always here with me. Anything I need, God shows up. On time, early, shows up and things I didn't even realize I needed to have happen. And it happened, and oh man, this worked out beautifully. I didn't know I needed that. Didn't know I needed that. Thank you. Well done. Well done. Gratitude. I'm always saying, well done, you. So, what is a right now God and why is it important? A right now God is immediate, okay? Everywhere present, always, always with you. A right now God is available. Ernest talked about this personal God that hears and listens and responds. Okay? So personal God, a right now God is immediate, available. If God is with you everywhere present, is that me? Then all the courage and strength you need is also with you. You don't have to worry about being strong on your own because you have the courage and the strength of God with you. If God is for you, who can be against you? Yeah, who can be against you? And the fourth thing, God is conspiring for your good. God conspires for your good. Jeremiah 29:11 tells us, "For I know the plans I have for you, saith the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope. Plans to give you a future." That is God's plans for you. What is your plan for yourself? Right now, God is immediate. So let me show you what that looks like. So I was in conversation with my family. You guys know I went to Colorado, and I think I've shared with you, so I'm going to bring this up a little bit. My son and I were estranged for quite some time, long time. And, I did what I knew to do, and it wasn't working. And I just asked Spirit, I said, George, okay, so what do I do now? It's been a while, and I keep trying and, sticking out the olive branch, and he seems to take it, but then it drops, and nothing happens. Seriously, this is what Spirit said. You're done. You've done what you can do. It's his turn now. He has some things to do, so just wait. That is a difficult thing to do, right? Wait. But that's what happens when you plant, correct? You can't go digging up the seeds, talking about, come on, I need to see some green here. It becomes green when it's time to become green, okay? So I had to sit and wait, and it was a long time. It was a long time. But now, we are together. He calls me. We talk at least once a week. So he called me because and I didn't realize this, when we were together for the 4th of July, he was telling me, because he has a son, Jojo, who's a banker. My son's a banker, and his son's a banker as well. And then we have another grandson, his nephew. And when my nephew was there, he graduated. He's 21 now, not really sure what to do. So my son was talking, and Jojo and his friend were talking about all the things, my grandson Jojo and his friend were talking about all the things that my son had done to mentor them and to help them become better businessmen, to get into the banking that they wanted to do and all of that. So my grandson heard that and said, oh, can you help me? And so he said, yeah, let's do that. So they have been talking, every week, and he gives them things to read, and they discuss things and all that kind of thing. But when I'm talking with him, I'm so excited that he's even calling me, right? And I just want to jump into the conversation. Oh, yeah. But here's what happens when I call or when I talk with anybody. I talk with my friends. I'm talking to you, but I'm listening to Spirit at the same time. And I'm talking and listening to Spirit. I'm saying, should I say that? Nope. You keep quiet. You keep quiet. Okay. I have a comment here. Should I say that? No. You keep quiet. Otherwise, and I let him talk, and I learned so much about him. He was so excited about that conversation that we had, and that I was listening, that I just heard all the things that he had done and was doing for his son and for my grandson. It was a great experience. But that is what an immediate God, right now God, when I talk about immediate, with me right then in the middle of a conversation, I don't have to worry about what to say or not say. I'm asking as I'm listening to you, is it my turn? No. No. Okay. All right. Fine. But you also got to listen, right? I mean, you got to do what Spirit's telling you as well. So that's what immediate means to me. It could mean anything, whatever you want it to mean, but what is mine to do, say, or be in any situation? I'm asking and talking all the time about that, okay? So it's immediate. You don't need to know. You just need to ask. You need to be in prayer. You need to stay in prayer. You don't need to do anything. But if you want a great life, if you want a life of ease, abundance, joy, be in constant conversation with Spirit. Constant conversation. Stay in prayer. A conversation that you're in moves and changes all the time. Stuff comes up and you're like, oh, shoot. I thought I was ready for this conversation. I wasn't ready for that one. But Spirit is. Spirit's ready. Okay. So my point of that is that God is right now immediate and available. You can call upon God when you stay consciously connected so that your life is informed by this universal consciousness. Wisdom flows to you. Whatever you believe flows to you. So, who and what is God to you? Who do you think God is? Who do you think God is? Ask yourself that question. You might already know. But as I grow from one decade to the next, and there's way too many decades to talk about right now. But from decade, from decade to decade, I have to reassess, because what worked for me before is not necessarily going to work for me now. And I have to think about, what do I believe that serves me, and what do I believe that does not anymore? What served me as a child does not serve me as a teenager, does not serve you as an adult, does not serve you as an older adult, does not serve you as a woman of a certain age. Doesn't serve you. So we're constantly rediscovering what that means. One of the things that I heard when I was growing up was that you pray ceaselessly, and this is what I'm talking about now, is pray ceaselessly. But I didn't understand that, because we prayed on our knees, right? I mean, you can't go to God without being on your knees somewhere. So how do you, you see the problem with praying ceaselessly? If you got to be on your knees, how's that going to happen in the middle of a store? If I'm driving, right? These are the questions that I had. I don't get that. I don't understand that. But now I get, knowing God is everywhere present and staying consciously connected, you don't need to be or do anything. Just think it. Spirit is responding. Just think it. You can do it anywhere, anytime. Every thought that you hold in mind, not random thoughts, becomes a prayer. Every thought that you hold in mind becomes a prayer. So then praying ceaselessly becomes relevant and meaningful. A right now God conspires for your good. The universe is on your side. The universe has great plans for you. You are not alone. If you need strength and courage, you call upon Spirit for the strength and courage you need. If you need to know something, you call upon Spirit to do that. Connecting with the right now God who is immediate, available, and is your strength in times of need, conspiring for your good, is how you have the life you are looking for. We are humans. We are goal-oriented. My foot is caught. We want greater things for ourselves, for our families. We want to help. These are the desires of our heart. Where do you think the desires of our heart come from? From God and the universe within us. The universe is expansive, and so are we. We're constantly wanting to expand our lives, and this is how we do it. Consciously connecting with a right now God that is everywhere present, immediate and available, all-knowing, all-powerful, conspiring for your good. That is a right now God. Thank you. Namaste.
Thanks, Pjae. You did that. I tend to just always just say thank you. Thank you. Now's the time.
darkness bright, who will bear my light to them? Whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, if you lead me. I have heard your people in my heart. I, the Lord of snow and rain, I have borne my people's pain. I have wept for love of them. They turn away. I will break the hearts of stone, give them hearts for love alone. I will speak my words to them. Whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? I have heard you calling in the night. Well, I will go, Lord, if you lead me. I have heard your people, and I have heard your people. I have heard your people in my heart.
Now, where was I? Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Carleigh, thank you so much. You have a beautiful voice and beautiful message. We're so very grateful you're here today. As always, Igor, you're the best. Jim and Aaron for making the sound and video and all of this work. All those else, our thermometer man at the door, Philip. And of course, David and Terry, Carter, and Allie. It's so good to see you. We're so glad you're here today. So thank you for all that make this possible and all of you that are here. So we have a few announcements. The big one is that our board has had several congregants suggest that we might need to find a new facility that might meet our needs better and be cost-effective. And so we have a couple of potentials, and we're going to have a town hall meeting next Sunday at noon, right after the service. We will accommodate 35 to 40 people if you want to come. We will social distance, we will wear masks, your temperature will be taken, but we will also be on Zoom. So we will send that link out again, or Google. We've changed to Google, I guess that's correct. So anyway, so it's an important meeting to either attend or certainly to tune into. So we hope you'll be here. That's noon next Sunday. We also have our meditation class that Pjae does. Every meditation, it's not a class, it's a meditation, at 7:30, Mondays through Saturdays. And we're now doing it at 9:30. She's doing it at 9:30 on Sundays, live from here. So there's also the Love and Lunch group. They check in with each other, and it's at 1 o'clock on Tuesdays, every Tuesday. Cooking with Honey Pat. What a great show. Wow. If you haven't tuned in, do. Second and fourth Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Reverend Pat teaches all the secrets of life and food. There's also a bi-weekly book club, and it's every other Thursday. This Thursday is the first Thursday, and then 2 weeks later. It'll be at 10:30, and they are reading the book and sharing Goldfinch. Foundations and Truth is on a brief hiatus, and we'll check back when we get it up and going again. The flowers are from Jim Alexander. And are there any other announcements that I need to make? Okay, so make new friends. Well, okay, Pat.
Okay. Besides the honey cat cooking thing, that's my grandma name, in case you didn't know. The marketing team of Jim and I, with PJ's input, we're going to be launching soon a new segment on our Facebook page. It's called Thrive Time. And it's a three-way conversation between Glenn, PJ, and myself about prosperity principles. And
Pat?
we hope that it's just as user-friendly.
I think you ought to come up to the microphone so everybody hears that, please. Well, they can't. Sorry, we're going to repeat. Right. This is an important thing.
It is, it is.
So, there you go.
Okay. My announcement is that because the Honey Pat Cooking Show, which is my grandma name, by the way, is so user-friendly, it's just like you're being at your next-door neighbor's house, so I've been told. Well, we're also going to launch a new segment pretty soon called Thrive Time. So right now, the first segment's being edited by Jim and PJ, but it's going to be a three-way conversation with prosperity principles, probably around our kitchen table, and that's what we're going to talk about because in New Thought, we believe in prosperity for all. So it's just going to be a user-friendly chat about prosperity principles, and we're really excited about that. So tell your friends, and we're going to do that soon.
So you don't have a launch date yet?
No. Soon.
Soon. Launch date is soon. Thank you, Pat. Don't trip on me. Do you have something else you want to say?
No, I'm coming up after you.
Oh, well, then stay
I
here,
didn't want
because,
to
no,
prompt
I'm finished.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it's your turn.
Okay. So now it is the celebration time. That was my celebration. Does anybody else have any celebrations?
My friend Sherry from North Carolina moved in with us, so now I have a family.
Wonderful. Well, we are so happy that you're here. Welcome to Texas. Anybody else? Barb.
Our son is here visiting us.
PJ.
We have a long-term friend together that's been there today for her.
That's true. Yeah, she's a long. for PJ and I, it's just been like a forever friend, and we're so glad you're here with us, Barbara. That's Barb, you're Barbara. Okay, well, we are
I
just.
have one.
Oh, David.
Yeah. We're actually back early because the Census Bureau called to say, training starts, well, they wanted me to come in earlier. I said, I can't. They said, Saturday. So we came in a couple of days early. But what I'm so blessed is that I got to see the services yesterday for John Lewis. I mean, it was on for like 4 hours, and I was at training. I missed part of it, but fortunately, because I came home, Terry had it on CBSN, and then they ended. We switched it over to the Fox app, and they had, they were running it later, or whatever. But it was such an amazing service. He was such an amazing man, and such a great loss for our nation. A man who lived. He taught nonviolence. He lived it. He taught kindness. He lived it. And it's a great loss, and I've been amazed by him since I was a little kid, watching the march on the Pettus Bridge and seeing him get beat in the head, and how, I've always been amazed at people that can take that and keep on giving love, and he did it his whole life. So, anyway. So, in fact, help me. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. Thank you, John Lewis.
Yes.
Barbara was introduced, but I didn't hear anyone mention that she was in Waco, our 6 years that we were there. She was our minister of music, did a lot of our special music, and was absolutely wonderful.
For those that couldn't hear, Barbara was in Waco with Glenn and Pat for 6 years, and she was their minister of music down there. So we are really glad she's visiting with us today.
Yeah, and PJ, Glenn, and I are really excited to have her here. It's like family, Okay, and I also want to mention that we do have the prayer box. If you have a prayer that you would like to write down, that the prayer chaplains pray over that for 30 days, then it goes on to Silent Unity. And Rebecca.
I just wanted to tell you that we're celebrating Phil Rimbaud and Hervé Garcia's birthdays.
Yay!
We have 2 birthdays, Phil Rimbaud and Hervé Garcia.
I didn't understand a word you said.
Oh,
I got it.
It's birthday. Happy birthday, Phil.
Phil and Hervé.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
And Aaron.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Phil. Happy birthday to you. We do have lots of people also visiting on Facebook today, so there are lots of folks out there. The twins Jims are out there, and Mr. Alexander and Mr. Anderson are both available, and there are Ken and Sandy are out there. John Jeffries, I can't believe I just said that. John Jeffries is out there. Ellen's out there.
Kelly.
So lots of folks visiting online today. And remember, if you do have prayers online, you can call and leave them, and they'll get prayed over too. You don't have to be there to put something in the box.
Okay. And our closing prayer is, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us,
The presence of God watches over us.
wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is.
Let's sing our closing song all together. Rise up, come on, we got to get some blood flowing here.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. It's my decision right here and now. It's my decision right here and now.
Have a great week. Reach out. Tell someone that you're thinking of them this week. Just go ahead and pick up the phone. Check your contact list. Have you talked to someone recently and they get into your mind? Go ahead and call them.